business podcast that gives you what you need with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today, you will learn how to delegate when your business grows. This is something that I've recently gone through, and I want to share with you some of the things that you can do to make sure you know how to delegate properly as your business grows. Even if you're not at the stage of growth right now, it's really important for you to understand these concepts because it's better for you to plan now so when it does happen, you're ready. Delegation is going to make your life a whole lot easier, but you got to know how to do it right. That's what today's lesson is all about, so let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by InfoFree.com. I know many of us struggle to find new customers. That's why you should really check out InfoFree.com. Most contact lists are outdated and don't have the sales leads that are right for your business, but InfoFree.com makes it a whole lot easier. They have a database of 14 million businesses and 220 million consumers. This gives you the power to target the specific leads that are right for your business. And best of all, InfoFree.com is giving listeners of the $100 MBA Show a 30-day risk-free trial. You got nothing to lose. Check out their services. That's InfoFree.com/MBA. Start doubling your sales with InfoFree.com/MBA. As your business grows, your number of tasks, the number of responsibilities and work you have to do increases at an incredible rate. Before you know it, your hands are filled with so many things. You don't know what you have to do now, later, what's important, and how you're going to get this done to make sure your business is running smoothly. For example, you might launch a product. Let's say, for example, you sold a course. And say, for example, you're selling about 30 courses a month. Pretty reasonable, you can handle it. But all of a sudden, a major publication writes about you and your course, and you're selling 500 courses a month. That's a whole lot of customer service to deal with, and a lot of demand. You may want to improve the course now and start expanding upon it. How are you going to handle that? How are you going to grow? So much work just landed on your plate now. What are you going to do? This is a good problem to have, but you got to handle growth and delegation the right way. So the first step in delegating when your business grows is to list every single task that you do, every single piece of work that you do in your business. If you're working alone, make sure you list everything you do. If you work with somebody else, make sure you list everybody's responsibilities. So when Nicole and I grew, we both listed every single thing we do in our business. From replying to emails, to social media, to creating content, to being on interviews, all these things are things that take our time. We also listed every single minute admin task, putting up a new blog post, updating a web page, designing a new web page. This is going to take some time, so make sure you allot some time to list all these things. For me, it took 3 hours just to list the things I do. That goes to show how much I needed to delegate. So take the time to list everything. So once you've listed everything on your plate, take a look at which items take the most time, but require the least amount of you. So for example, you can train somebody on customer service. You can train somebody to take care of your schedule. That stuff takes time. Take a look at the things that are taking a lot of time and that you can delegate, that you can train somebody else. Group up these things in terms of skills. So if certain things require writing, like social media, or communication skills, group them up that way. If something requires attention to detail and admin, that's a group. If something requires some tech knowledge, like you're working in WordPress, put that in a pile. And the purpose of this task is as if you're splitting yourself into 3, 4, 5 different roles. The amount of roles will depend on how much you do. Because at the end of the day, when you're running a business, when you're the head of the business, you really should be focusing on vision, planning, growing your network, and whatever unique information or content that you offer. So for example, one of the things that I can't delegate is the content of the show. I have to actually record these episodes. The $100 MBA Show is something I enjoy, so I'm happy to keep that on my plate. But the point is that I can't outsource that. I can't delegate that. But there are plenty of things that I do that I can delegate. Now, once you have all these different roles, you need to take a look at how you can get your first hire, somebody that can take care of one of these roles, hopefully the one that's the most time-consuming, that can relieve you of those tasks. Create a job description based on those tasks, on the role that you outlined. And with that job description, you can start hiring somebody for that job. You can start going through that process of hiring somebody, interviewing somebody. So you can put that job up on your website. Hey guys, we're hiring on your blog. You can do that. Or you can go to a service like freelancer.com, Odesk, or onlinejobs.ph and see if you could find somebody that can fit that role. You don't have to hire somebody full-time that gets, full-time salary and benefits and all that stuff. You can hire somebody on a freelance basis, on a temporary basis, a month-to-month basis. See if they work in your team. See if they are a part of your culture and that they can handle the tasks that you actually assign them. Make sure you allow time for training and delegation. That delegating part where you give them the tasks one by one and train them up on it, that takes time. So be patient with that and see how hardworking that new hire is, how quickly they pick up on things and how quickly they take initiative. But the point is you have to get started. You have to start delegating some things to somebody else so you can get the ball rolling. That's why I said just start with one role, one group of tasks. Even if that's just scheduling and some admin work or maybe a customer service rep that can take care of questions that people have about your products, you can train them on those answers, get them familiar with the products, give them access to those products and make sure they understand it inside and out. Delegation is just like a good habit. You have to strengthen your delegation muscles, so to speak. And if you never delegate, it's really weak, that muscle. And I'm speaking out of experience. I had to learn how to delegate. I was a lone wolf for a very long time. And even when I teamed up with Nicole, I had to learn how to hand things off and give her things, knowing that she's better at certain things than I am and that she can take care of them. And as our business grew and we had other people working with us, I had to learn to do it again and again and again. And I had to strengthen that muscle. Guys, I got a bit more for you on today's lesson. But before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, High Five. How many times have you had a meeting where you wasted the first 15 minutes? It's usually because someone has trouble joining the call, or you can't share your screen, or someone else can't hear you, or they don't have the right PIN code. Nothing but problems. Well, the people at High Five want to give you back the first 15 minutes of every meeting. That's why they built this easy-to-use video and web conferencing that you'll actually love right inside your office. Traditional video conferencing equipment is complicated and ridiculously expensive. You're given all these long PIN codes you have to remember, cables everywhere, time wasted. It's just a mess. But with High Five, it's a seamless integrated hardware and cloud software solution that lets people work however they want to work. You enjoy HD video quality with multiple people, and the cost is about 1/20th of the traditional cost of video conferencing equipment. You can outfit a conference room for only $799, and it's a one-time fee. There's no maintenance fees or monthly overhead. It's yours to enjoy. So go to highfive.com/MBA and request a free trial of High Five. That's highfive.com/MBA to request a free trial and start meeting face-to-face right from your office with High Five. When you're delegating new tasks, one of the best ways to do it is to have procedures in place. And a great lesson to check out on that topic is lesson 223 on the $100 MBA show. You can check that out at 100MBA/MBA223. And there I outline exactly how you can create procedures for your team. The whole point of delegating when you're growing in your business is choosing the right people for those tasks. Now, if you're a type A personality, you're never going to find somebody that is exactly like you, that's going to do it exactly the way you want it to be. But the point is to get it done and make sure, obviously, it's done properly. But if it's done properly in a different way, in a different style, and they do it slightly slower than you do, it's okay. You're saving time by having them do it. So get used to the fact that not everybody is like you. They're going to do things differently. Maybe they're going to take a little bit more time. And this is why it's healthy to start delegating as you're growing, even when you're just small right now. Maybe hiring a part-time virtual assistant to help you out with some of the admin tasks in your business. And getting started is not that expensive. You can hire a part-time VA on onlinejobs.ph for around $200 part-time, 20 hours a week. That's very reasonable to get somebody to work on something for 20 hours a week, even if it's just admin work, scheduling, maybe some WordPress help. And it gets you in that habit of delegating and training somebody to do something for you. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. Guys, if you have any questions, please send them over. On the weekends, we have Q&A weekends where we answer your questions right here on the show. just send them at contact@100mba.net, or you can visit our show page, 100mba.net/show, and you can record your question using our Speak It option. And if you want to, you can tweet at me, @BizRepublic. Just tweet out your question, and we'll get to it on the show. Guys, I want to leave you with this. This delegating thing, it's grown-up stuff. It's big boy business, right? Big girl business. And it's hard to get used to because you're used to taking care of your baby, your business yourself. But as an entrepreneur, you have to grow, and part of that is delegating. Remember, I often ask the question, and I want you to ask yourself the same question: what does your business look like when it's successful? What does it look like when it has 100 employees? What are you doing day in and day out when you have 100 employees? You're not going to be doing everything, obviously. So work towards that goal of building this amazing team that can do the tasks for you, and a lot of times better than you, so you can focus on the tasks that leverage your strengths and allows you to have the time and the attention to lead your company the right way. All right, guys, I wish you all the best in the growth of your business and this process of delegation. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's lesson is about how to innovate in your business. I can't wait to share that lesson with you tomorrow. I'll check you then. Take care.